Welcome, my dear students, in prep 1. Today we will start our first lesson in algebra, the set of rational numbers. Okay, before we start, I want to revise some set of numbers or we studied before. The first one is the counting numbers. What do we mean by counting numbers? The counting numbers are numbers we use when we are counting. So we will start with 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Then, by adding the set of 0, we get the natural number. Natural numbers consist of 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Then, we studied integers. Integers consist of positive numbers, 0, and negative numbers. All are whole numbers. So, the counting numbers, look at here. The counting numbers, here, the set of counting numbers, is subset of natural number, and the natural number is subset of integers. Okay. Today we want to study a new set of numbers, which is the set of rational numbers. The set of rational numbers means the set of all numbers which can be written in the form of A over B. Okay, so we can write that Q equals X such that X equals A over B. A and B belong to Z and B doesn't equal 0. So now we have rational numbers and the integer, okay, is subset of the rational numbers. Also we have natural numbers. So Q is the greatest set until now, which is rational number. Integers is a subset of rational and nature is a subset of integers. Find the value of x in the following numbers. If the following numbers belongs to Q, the first one here 3 and 4 plus x. Okay, we said before a rational number means that the denominator doesn't equal 0. So 4 plus x doesn't equal 0. Okay, here, what is the denominator? 4 plus x. So this number is a rational number if 4 plus x doesn't equal 0. Now let's solve this equation. Okay, here we have x. We want only x, so we will remove 4 by a negative sign to the right hand side. So now we have x doesn't equal negative 4. Okay, so the value of x, any value except negative 4. Of course, any integer. The next one, if the rational number 4x minus 24 over x equals 0, I want this number to be 0. I want the value of x. Of course, x shouldn't be 0. Okay, so 4x minus 24 should be 0. Now we have another equation I want to solve. So 4x minus 24 equals 0. Start with removing 24 to the right hand side, positive sign. So 4x equals 24. Now I want to divide by 4 both sides to get x equal 6. So the value of x is 6. Write the following numbers in the form of A over B. Here we have negative 7 and 3 over 4, 0.16 and 85%. The first one, here we have absolute value, so this number will be positive. Okay, I can write it in the form of A over B by converting from mixing number. Okay, we have here mixed number, from mixed number into improper fraction. So at first I write the same denominator 4, then I multiply 7 times 4, 28, then plus 3, 31. So it will be 31 over 4. The second one, we have 0.16. It means 16 over 100, as we studied before in primary 4. Now I want to simplify by dividing by 4 up and down to get 4 over 25. The third one, 85%, by the same way, it means 85 over 100. Then I simplify by dividing by 5 up and down to get 17 over 20. Okay, now write the following numbers on decimal and percentage. Here we have 8 over 25 equals 32 over 100, of course, by multiplying by 4 up and down. Now I can write it as a percent and as a decimal number. As a decimal number, I just put a decimal point after 2 places from the right, 1, 2, then put a decimal point. We don't have a whole number, so put 0. To convert from decimal into percentage, just multiply by 100 and put the percentage sign. So 32%. The next one, negative 3 and 1 over 2, absolute value, so the result will be positive. The first step, I'll put the mixed number as improper fraction, the same denominator. 3 times 2 equals 6 plus 1, 7. Now I'll multiply up and down by 5 to get 35 over 10. Put a decimal point after how many places? One place from the right. So 3.5. From decimal to percentage, just multiply by 100 to get 350%. The last one here is 25 over 8. By the same way, I'll multiply up and down by, we have 8, so I multiply by 125. Okay, it will be 3,125 over 1,000. I can write it as a decimal number by, I want to put the decimal point after 3 places, because we have here 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3. So it will be 3.125. From decimal to percent, multiply by 100 and put the decimal, the percentage sign. So here it will be 312.5%. Okay. We have different forms of rational numbers. The first one is terminating decimals. Terminating decimals such as 3 over 4. 3 over 4 is 0.75. Sometimes we can write it as a percentage, as we did before in the last example. We write them. We can write them as a percentage. For example, here we have 7 over 5. 14 over 10 is the same as 1.4, so this number can be written as 140%. Also, a rational number can be written as infinite repeated decimal. Okay, for example, here 1 over 3, if we divide 1 by 3, it will be 0.333, and this is infinite number. Okay, also 2 over 11, by the same way you can use your calculator, it will be infinite. So we can write any of the rational number as infinite repeated decimal. We will put here a dot. It means that this number is repeated, or this digit is repeated. Also here we will put 2 dots or 2 points to show that the 2 digits are repeated. Okay, so the point above the digit means that it is the repeated digit. Complete the rational numbers on the number line. Okay, here we have 0, we have 2 over 3, 1 which is 3 over 3. Here we have 5 over 3. Let's begin with the first one here. It will be 1 over 3. Between 0 and 2 over 3, we have 1 over 3. Here we have 4 over 3, because here we have 1. 1 is 3 over 3, then 4 over 3. To the negative side, we have negative 2 over 3. Here negative 4 over 3, so then we have negative 5 over 3. The next one, here we have 1 over 4, 2 over 4, 3 over 4, and so on. So the first one here is 2 over 4, 3 over 4, 1 is 4 over 4, so then we have 5 over 4 and 6 over 4. You can simplify. Let's move to the negative part. Here we have negative 2 over 4, so before we have negative 1 over 4, and after we have negative 3 over 4. Here negative 4 over 4, which is negative 1. So next we have negative 5 over 4. Okay. Classify each statement as true or false. The first one, 1 over 3 is a natural number. Is that right? Of course not. Yes, 1 over 3 is a fraction. This is not a whole number, so this number is not a natural number, it's a rational number, so false. B, negative 1 over 3 is an integer. Also, this statement is wrong, because negative 1 over 3 is not a whole number, so also false. 12 and 5 over 6 is a rational number. Yes, of course, that's right, true. 6.5 is rational number. We said before, yes, we can write a rational number as a decimal. Okay, the number 0 is neither positive or negative. True, we studied that before in primary 6. The number 0 is a counting number. No, that's false, because we don't we don't use 0 when we count. Okay, that's all about our session today. Next session we will discuss comparing and ordering rational numbers. Thank you very much for watching. See you next session. Goodbye.